Prime Minister Lawrence Wong says boldness to create new value and push the frontiers has paid off handsomely for the country's state investor Temasek. Speaking at a dinner to mark its 50th year, he says these same guiding principles have laid the foundation for Singapore's economic development. Mr. Wong also highlights how Temasek invests abroad and embraces global talent to stay relevant over the decades. Nadirah Zaidi with more.
State investment firm Temasek was formed 50 years ago in 1974. Back then, it was managing a mix of 35 companies valued at $354 million. Today, Temasek's investments is valued at $389 billion. Investing beyond Singapore is one way the firm stays relevant and pushes frontiers. At a dinner to celebrate Temasek's 50th anniversary, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong also praised its commitment to embrace global talent and support companies in overseas expansion.
Today, Temasek has become an institution synonymous with Singapore's success. Your evolution mirrors our own nation's journey. Your achievements are a reflection of the same resilience, adaptability and strength, which is to continually strive for excellence, ceaselessly innovate and build for the future.
These efforts benefit not only businesses and shareholders, but have also transformed Singapore's economy and created well-paying jobs for its citizens. Mr. Wong adds Temasek's stable of companies help the country become more resilient and better able to respond to crises and emergencies.
We saw this during COVID, as Chairman Boon Heng mentioned just now. Temasek and its portfolio companies kept Singapore connected to vital supply chains. You've got the community care facilities at Changi Expo and Changi Exhibition Centre up and running in record time. Your staff did your part too, volunteering for operations on the ground, conducting swab tests and distributing masks and sanitizers to Singaporeans. We won the fight against COVID because our country rallied together, and in no small part because Temasek and its portfolio companies stepped up in our darkest hours of need.
Globally, Mr. Wong says there are concerns over the growing tensions between China and the US. This has led to economic activities being viewed through a security lens. For example, there are more restrictions on key technologies like AI, semiconductors, and even electric cars and solar panels. As protectionism grows, there are now more state interventions in businesses, attempts to reconfigure supply chains for security reasons. He says Singapore will have to find its own path forward in this new environment through heeding the advice of its founding fathers. This by maintaining a clear distinction between businesses and government and stay open and nimble.
We want Singapore to be their choice partner. We want to be a reliable and trusted node from which they can operate. In finance, investment professionals everywhere are always looking for alpha. It's the extra edge that drives higher returns and enables you to outperform market benchmarks. For Singapore, the greatest source of alpha lies in something more enduring. It's our reputation for trust, integrity, and reliability. These attributes are a unique source of competitive advantage for us. It's very hard for others to replicate. And I believe what's true for Singapore applies to Temasek too.
The Prime Minister also thanked the business leaders, professionals and public sector leaders who have contributed to Temasek's success over the decades.
Temasek is committing 100 million Singapore dollars in concessional capital for climate action initiatives. Concessional capital refers to financing with more favorable terms than those in the market, such as lower interest rates or longer repayment periods. The aim is to support projects which are typically deemed less profitable by the private sector, such as mangrove planting or building sustainable infrastructure.
This will be funded by our community gifts, and we believe there can be a catalytic effect. by mobilizing funding from other sources such as public, private, and philanthropic capital providers. Our philanthropic dollar will be amplified as more funding goes towards climate action.
As part of its Golden Jubilee celebrations, the firm has launched a book chronicling its events and milestones. Material came from research and interviews with about 90 staff, alumni and business partners. It's not for sale, but PDF copies can be downloaded for free. Temasek has also commissioned an 8-part YouTube series and a TV documentary to be aired on MediaCorp. In June, it contributed $150 million in a community gift called Teespring to build a future-ready workforce through skills development, scholarships, and fellowships.